In this video lecture, I will discuss the classical theory of diamagnetism. When magnetic field is applied to the diamagnets, the induced magnetic moments oppose the applied magnetic field. Hence, they are characterized by the negative susceptibility. Diamagnetism is always temperature independent and it is present in all the materials because orbital motion of electron is universal. It means that orbital motion is present in all materials, but it is superimposed by the other magnetic effects as it is very weak effect. In the classical theory of diamagnetism, we consider an atom containing electrons revolving in orbits around the nucleus. When a magnetic field is applied, the angular velocity of the electron changes, which in turn modifies the electric current in such a way that it opposes the applied magnetic field. This was the basis of the Langevin theory of diamagnetism. So let it explain it step by step. So in this diagram we show an electron moving in a circular path. So we consider that let an electron of charge minus e is moving with velocity v in a circular orbit of radius r. So this revolving electron is equivalent to a closed current loop carrying current I, which is given by I is equal to charge of the electron divided by time taken to complete the orbit. So charge of an electron is minus e, or time taken to complete one revolution, that is this is equal to 2 pi r by v. So we get minus ev upon 2 pi r. We give its equation number 1. So this current loop acts as a magnetic dipole. So therefore the magnitude of the orbital magnetic moment mu is given as, that is I dot A, that means product of current and area of the current loop. So substituting the value of I from equation 1 here, that is minus EV upon 2 pi r into pi r square. So we will get minus EVR upon 2. So we give its equation number 2. So when a magnetic field of induction B is applied normal to the plane of the orbit as shown in that figure, then the magnetic flux in the circuit is given by equation number 3, that is phi is equal to pi r square B. That is as the magnetic field is applied in perpendicular direction, that is normal to the plane of the orbit. So it is given area into magnetic field induction, that is we know that pi r square is the area associated with that orbit and B is the magnetic field of induction. If the magnetic field and hence we can say magnetic flux changes with time, then induced EMF is produced in the circuit according to the Lenz law. So magnitude of the induced EMF according to Lenz law is given by minus d phi by dt, or we write it is from equation 3, that is pi r square B. So with time derivative we write it is minus pi r square dB by dt. We give its equation number 4. We know that the induced EMF is equivalent to an electric field E, which can be written as EMF is equal to E dot dl, or which can be written at 2 pi r E, where 2 pi r is the length of the circular orbit of electron, that is dl is equal to 2 pi r here. Then from equation 4 and 5, the magnitude of the electric field will be calculated as E is equal to minus r by 2 dB by dt. So we give it an equation number 6 here. Next we know that this electric field that is which is calculated in given by equation 6, will exert a force on the electron of magnitude minus E into it. We know that the force in electric field is, if the charge on an electron is E and electric field intensity is given by capital E, so minus E into capital E is the force on electron of magnitude, equal to minus E into E, and therefore we can say it will change its velocity by an amount, that is say dV. So this electric field applied a force on the electron and changed its velocity by a small amount dV. So from the equation of motion for electron, that is from Newton's law, we can write m dv by dt, that is a force, m a mass into acceleration, and also equal to the force due to electric field, that is E into E, where m is the mass of an electron. So we write both forces to in that equation. So after substituting the value of E from equation 6 here in the right hand side and simplifying it, we can find the change in velocity, that is dV is equal to ER upon 2m dB. So we can also write from equation 2, that is the, you can see equation number 2 here, where we calculate the magnetic dipole moment mu, which is equal to minus EVR upon 2. From here we can write that expression of velocity v is equal to minus 2 mu by ER. So taking derivative on both sides, so we will write it change in velocity dv is equal to minus 2 d mu by ER. So we give equation number 8. Now we see that from equation 7 and 8, so both expressions are of a similar type, that is change in velocity is given in both expressions 7 and 8. From equation 8 we also see that the change in velocity causes causes the change in magnetic moment. You can see this is a change in d mu is known here magnetic moment change, and this change in velocity is caused by the simply change in the magnetic field dB. So from equation 7 and 8, now we can write on comparing these two equations, we find this change in magnetic moment d mu equal to minus E square R square by 4m into change in magnetic field, that is dB. As we know that magnetic field induction B and magnetic field intensity H in free space are related by the relation B is equal to mu naught H. So substituting the value of B is equal to mu naught H in equation 9, that is we write d mu is equal to minus mu naught E square R square 4m and change in the applied field, that is dH. Now from the definition of the magnetic susceptibility, per electron is only given by chi, that is magnetic moment divided by its applied field, that is dH. So from equation 10 we simply find d mu by dH, that is susceptibility is equal to minus mu naught E square R square upon 4m. So this is general expression which is derived for the only for circular orbits. We assume here that the electrons are moving in circular orbits. However, generally atoms have many electrons, not a single electron. Generally they have a large number of electrons which are orbiting in different orbits, and their orbits need not be necessary to be circular. It means that all orbits are not taken as a circular. So these orbits also have different orientations. For spherically symmetric atom, we assume that x, y, z be the average values of radii for all electrons along their respective axes. Then we can write simply here r naught square is equal to x square, y square plus z square, where r naught is the average radius of the atom. Here x, y, z, these are the average value of radii along their respective axes. So, and as we assume that due to spherical symmetry of the atom, as atoms are considered as spherically symmetric, so we can write x square is equal to y square is equal to z square. So from we simply say this is generally equal to r naught square by 3. Now we apply the condition here, that's the electron orbit is in the, let's suppose, xy plane, then z is equal to 0, then substitute z is equal to 0, we find that r square is equal to simply x square y square z square, z is 0 here, and x or y square, if you find this value, this is equal to 2r naught square by 3. So substituting these values of r square in equation number 11, that is equal to 2r naught square by 3. And also we assume here that if there are, let's suppose, n number of atoms per unit volume of the solid, and also we assume that each atom has z number of electrons, then we have to multiply equation 11 by n, that is total number of atoms per unit volume, and also with the multiply with z, that is each atom has z number of electrons, and also substitute the value of r square here, and after simplification we find that the susceptibility have a expression equal to nz mu naught e square r naught square upon 6m. So negative sign is appear in equation 30. So we can conclude some conclusion can be drawn from the equation 13. So these are the conclusions, that diamagnetic susceptibility is independent of temperature, that is temperature is not appear in that expression given by equation 13. The susceptibility has a larger magnitude in case of bigger atom, because we can see that susceptibility directly proportional to the z, that is atomic number. More is the number of atoms per unit volume, that is n, and we can say more will be its diamagnetic susceptibility, as it is directly proportional to n. The negative sign indicates that the diamagnetism is an induced opposite effect which disappears as soon as the magnetic field is removed. The susceptibility for most diamagnetic materials is of the order of 10 to the power minus 6, which is found experimentally correct, and clearly we can say that diamagnetism is a very weak effect, as this order of 10 to the power minus 6 is a very low value. Thank you.